It could happen to you. What is that? Let's find out. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic. 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you enjoy Stoic content and self-improvement about recovery and ADHD, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today is September 24th. It could happen to you. It's a bit of a long one, so bear with me. Being unexpected adds to the weight of a disaster, and being a surprise has never failed to increase a person's pain. For that reason, nothing should be unexpected by us. Our mind should be set in advance to all things we shouldn't just consider the normal course of things. But that could actually happen. For is there anything in life that fortune won't knock off its high horse if it pleases her? Seneca, Moral Letters, 91, 3.a to 4. In the year 64, during the reign of Nero, a fire tore through the city of Rome. The French city of Lyons sent a large sum of money to aid the victims. The next year, the citizens of Lyons were suddenly struck by a tragic fire of their own, prompting Nero to send an equal sum to its victims. As Seneca wrote about the events to a friend in one of his letters, he must have been struck by the poetry, one city helping another, only to be struck by a similar disaster not long after. How often does this happen to us? We comfort a friend during a breakup, only to be surprised when our own relationship ends. We must prepare in our minds for the possibility of extreme reversals of fate. The next time you take a donation to charity, don't just think about the good turn you're doing, but take a moment to consider that one day you may need to receive charity yourself. As far as we know, Seneca truly lived these words. Just a year or so after writing this letter, he was falsely accused of plotting against Nero. The price, Seneca was sentenced to commit suicide. As the historian Tacitus relates the scene, Seneca's closest friends wept and protested the verdict. Where, Seneca asked them repeatedly, are your maxims of philosophy or preparations of so many years' study against evils to come? Who knew not Nero's cruelty? That is, he knew it could happen to him too, and so he was prepared for it. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that one. Just trying to understand what he's getting at there. I think it's kind of recognizing for me of like, whatever situation you're in, recognize that the reversals can happen. I liked that kind of line he was talking about charity. The next time you give to charity, realize that there could be a point later in your life where you're going to need charity, where you're going to need help. Like, being able to kind of plan for eventualities that could possibly happen, and not the fears of the future, but the legitimate things that, like, what are the possible outcomes of the scenario, so that you're ready for them, right? I think especially on Seneca's quote there in the beginning, surprise and the unexpected can give us huge kind of churns, and it's whether or not we are stable enough and have that foundation to weather the storm, right? September's about resilience. So I think it's having that kind of resilience to recognize that when things in life will change, you'll have those unexpected consequences, loss of jobs, the pandemic that happened a few years ago. Like, those were all things that were outside our control, but it's what we do when we're given those situations, right? Like a phrase I like to use is that, I can't control that I have ADHD, that's something that I just have, but it's my responsibility and how I respond to it. And I think that's very true with life as well. Things are going to happen that are outside of your control, but you're going to have to deal with the consequences of those, and it's how you deal with those situations and those things that come up. How do you deal with the thing in the moment? How do you deal with the tough situation, the job loss? Maybe you're at a job for 15 years and then company goes bankrupt and you lose your job. It's how you deal with those circumstances. And you may not have expected that to come, and then it came, and now how do you deal with it? Do you let it knock you off your horse, and keep you down. Or you're like, okay, what can I take from this scenario so I can get the most out of it? That's kind of what I get out of the reading. Yeah, no, I'm kind of struggling with this one today because it's like knowing how to kind of plan for the eventualities, but also still live in the moment. So it's the dichotomy that I haven't really broken down or really fully understood. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you tomorrow, and you have a great, if not better, day.